What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another installment of the PGA Tour series here on GSPro, my new software. As for today's video, it's actually the same both here and GSPro, so I can actually name it correctly versus the slight variance for naming issues. But we're playing the famous Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is home of the Wells Fargo Championship going on from May 9th to 12th, which you guys should be seeing it right in then. So pretty famous course. Haven't played this, haven't played barely any courses. Again, apologies last time for the first video I did, the Wind Club, the camera turned off. I think it was on like the 15th or 16th hole, so you guys saw like 3/4 of it, but unfortunately I didn't catch it in time. So I am going to be checking that a couple times just to make sure everything is still going, and if it does happen to go out again, I can catch it. But I think I know what happened, so I should be able to avoid that in the future, hopefully. But unfortunately on the colder side again, it's only in the 40s right now, upper 40s. I think at the high today I was supposed to get up to like 51, but that's later in the day. I come out here usually during lunchtime, so definitely, as you can tell, I'm bundled up, and I've been overdoing it too this year just to try to keep my muscles and everything as warm as possible. I did actually get out and play my first round on course a few days ago. First time I actually played on course since my Florida trip back in December, believe it or not. But all in all, it went pretty well. Main thing I struggled with was hitting down. I think I'm so used to catching the ball clean off this mat. I was catching a lot of irons thin. So I mean, kind of be expected. I had pretty low expectations first round in months out there, but kept it in the 80s, which I was happy about. All the distances that now I'm still sticking with the 3,000 altitude here, the elevation within GSPro. All the distances were pretty spot on. Actually had one hole that comes to mind. I caught the driver a little bit low in the face, a little bit thin. Ended up about 260. I was using my Garmin watch. I didn't record anything, so no spoiler alerts, but caught it a little bit low in the face. It was kind of a low piercing line drive. Rolled out to 260, and then I was in the fairway. Just had a nice, regular, smooth swing with my 4 hybrid, and I got 245 out of it. So I'm hoping I have a few good strikes with the 4 hybrid here today. Once I get a little bit more warmed up, get some swings going, and I see right around that 240, 245 number that you guys have heard me play that too. But let's get this going. Real quick for the rundown, again, everything's linked down below in the descriptions. You don't have to purchase any of these individual things for me to get the little bit of affiliate commission. So any of your regular Amazon purchases, as a helicopter or something is flying over, any of your regular Amazon purchases, I would appreciate if you just click the link, any of those links down below first, and then do your purchases. It would help me out. Good way to support the channel at no additional cost to you guys. But Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand, Country Club Elite mat, Callaway Superfast balls, DIY stance mat, 10x7 nets that I still need to fix the left side of, and GSPro you're seeing within, I'm so used to saying home to here within the Garmin Golf app. GSPro you're seeing as a software on my gaming laptop. So first hole, let's do the flyover. No one mentioned if they liked it or disliked the flyovers, but I personally think they're really cool. So takes an extra 5 or 10 seconds if that, and gives you guys something to look at again while I'm in between shots, grabbing clubs or whatnot. So I'm gonna keep it going at least for the time being, but looks like a pretty substantial dogleg right. We're playing Friday pins again, furthest back tees, which are the blacks, basically tournament tees here. So we'll see if we have any markings for the Wells Fargo or not, but let's get into it. So we're aimed about there. My warm-up shot, I'm gonna still go this way. Warm-up shots were actually drawing more than I wanted to or was anticipating. So we'll keep that in mind. We'll see if we can get off here to a decent start. I did hit some good drives with the heavier 29 gram weight in the back of this driver on course. So hopefully we can keep that going. But don't anticipate hitting too many bombs considering the temperature out here. But I'm patiently waiting and looking forward to those days where I'm out here shorts and a t-shirt and can really start swinging at things with driver, especially off the tee. But here we go. Garmin's still connected. First tee shot. Talk about drawing it. That is left and staying left. Go off the car path and oh, that's a very, very, very good bounce to start it. I thought it was gonna go off the car path and keep going. That thing kicked dead right back into the rough. I'll take that. Again, better to be lucky than good, I always say. So, that's a fortunate break. We got 298 left. We're in the rough, which is gonna be 6%. I don't have anything that's gonna get there anyways, so aim right about there and go 4 hybrid. Again, gonna take me probably a good few holes, maybe even this whole front 9 to start feeling like I'm somewhat warmed up and hitting some decent shots. But let's see what we can do here with the 4 hybrid. Scuffy off the toe, club face was open. It's gonna be up the right. Not gonna go very far either. That was not great. 190, yikes. I didn't check the slope. I don't know if we were hitting up into that as well. We may have been. Thought that would have gone a little bit further than 190, but it is what it is. All right, luckily it's a par 5, so we're hitting 3 into this. We've got 107 total. We're lie 3.6 down, so it's gonna come out low, and we're 2.2 to the right, so it's gonna come out right. So I'm gonna aim a little bit left. Hopefully it fades, and I'm looking for, it's down 10, so that's an extra, what, 3 yards? So 104. I'm just gonna try my best to hit about a 100-yard shot here with my approach wedge, and we'll see. Might as well while I'm thinking about it. Really unfortunate again. My apologies for the camera turning off 3/4 of the way through. It seems like everything worked correctly on the second round, but believe me, it's probably even more frustrating on my end when I come out here and things don't work quite the way I had planned. And then for your viewing pleasures too. But hopefully that's a few and far between type thing. All right, 100 yards, approach wedge, choke down approach wedge. Oh, I hit it really good, but that might be too much. Sit. Yeah. I mean, I landed it right where I wanted it. That's going to be a 2-putt for a bogey, I think, if it stays there. I mean, I'll take that. Oh, it's still going, too. That was a really well-struck par. All right. I stand corrected. That was a really well-struck approach wedge. Let's get the second flyover on the second hole here. Grab a drink real quick. Still keeping all my liquids and potentially hazardous stuff over here away from the laptop. How was it a par? We were 1? Oh yeah, maybe. So we were 1. We got the lucky bounce. 2 with the 4 hybrid. That came up short. And then 3 on plus 2 for 5. Yeah. Shortchanging myself. All right. I guess we'll leave it pretty narrow landing spot. We'll leave it here. 265.1. I don't know. Again, I did the mapping. I set my standard driver to 260, and I don't know if it's similar to Home Tee Hero. Maybe you GSPro people can know. Maybe it takes into account what your bag mapping is, and then maybe slope, or also maybe it starts to average in what you do off the tee. But we're up 8.5, so it's going to take off some distance. Let's see if I can straighten this out a little bit. I still would like to. Seems like some days, for whatever reason, some days I'm coming across it more, some days I'm releasing my hands better. I would like to play a nice manageable fade this year. We'll see if I can do that. Not the best. And it looks like we got a no read. That wouldn't have been bad, but that was going to draw again. That was kind of a lower toe strike that would have kind of nose dove. All right, give that another go, I guess. A little bit better. Still a little bit low on the face. That should start up the right. Maybe come back just a little bit. Not that I'm really trying to do that, but I think because you guys know side spin, as I've said a lot of times, is not the strong suit here on the R10. I found like when I was on the tee boxes in real life, I had to shut down the face a bit more to keep things straighter when I was on the course in real life. So I think here, that's probably why I'm overdoing some of these draws. I think real life, that would have started right and ended up pretty straight. Here, I think I'm probably overdoing it a little bit left, but maybe I just need to open up the face a little bit more off the tee. Not terrible though. Actually, what kind of was, only went 243, but we were going up, so I was only about 250, 255-ish, if that. Blocked out a little bit by these trees. 198 right there, up 6. So I'm gonna have to aim a little bit right, and I'm gonna go 6-iron. We'll see if I can draw it a little bit. If not, I'm just gonna bail out to the right. I don't think there was anything. Yeah, just bunkers. I mean, everything's gonna fall off to the right. I'm just gonna hit 6-iron. If I draw it, great. If not, I'll be hopefully green side with a little bit of a wedge shot going into this. One thing that I don't love that I've been having to do, cleaning off my clubs. Play so many rounds back here in a row, and in the simulator you don't get filled with dirt or anything. You go out on course and then pick up a club to hit, and it's all filled with dirt. All right, 6-iron. Chunky. Probably catch those trees maybe. Oh yeah, that went nowhere. That's unfortunate. Well, we got work to do. 71. Got a little bit of room to work with here on the green. So 71, up 3 feet, 72 total. It's gonna come out a little bit right, aim a little bit left. It's gonna be approach wedge, and let's see if I can hit this. Again, still trying to figure out exactly how much I should account for. It seems like generally 5 to 10 yards of rollout on the greens is what I've been experiencing. But gonna try to hit this about 60, 65 total as a field shot, and let's see if we can kind of get this distance somewhat right. Really good strike again. Wow. This stupid club, man. That's been my issue. I try to swing easy and try to just not do too much with it, and it seems like more often than not I'm just coming up long. I'm trying to get too many different yardages out of this one club, so maybe if I fix the net I'll start hitting that 56 more towards 50 to 75 eventually. But I mean, that's could have been a slight misread, I don't know, but that was substantially, that was 20 yards long. So 20 left, we'll land it, aim a little bit right, going 60 degree, we'll land it about 10 to 15, see what happens. Well, thinned it and pulled a little bit left. Sit, 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 sit. Got it to work though. All right, bogey on that one, unfortunately. Third hole, par 4, 5-2-3. Windy out here too, windier than I expected. It's cold and it's windy. Its real feel is probably closer to 40, 45 right now. I mean, I'm out here looking at this screen with glare and everything else. Granted, I have it kind of enclosed to keep the sun off of it and whatnot, but I don't know. Obviously, all the GSPro courses are pretty great. Some seem to be, the newer ones, a little bit more detailed and better than others, but this one seems pretty good. You guys are getting a better, until I go inside and edit it, you guys are getting a better look at it so far than kind of what I'm seeing. Obviously, what I'm talking about is compared to like, we'll go down the middle. I get kind of a mostly left miss going on, but more so if you're inside with a projector, you can kind of get a feel for a better feel for what some of the graphics look like versus here. I'm kind of far away looking at a smaller computer screen, but all right. That snap hooky left. That was like topped it. That's not gonna go anywhere. I'm trying to hit up on it and I'm catching the very bottom. That was like very, very low toe. What did we get out of that? 247 somehow. Must have had some downslope too. Mark my words, eventually we will get up, especially with some downslope holes. And as we get into the dead of the summer, we will get up back towards 280, 290, 300. My life depends on it, I'm gonna do it. All right, I don't know why I had us aim that far right. Granted, we have that tree there, but, so it's 2.1 degrees to the right, gonna aim a little bit left, 250 there. Nothing I have to get there, 276 and it's up. So I'm just gonna go 4 hybrid and hopefully, again, play it. I don't know if 240, 245s, at least right now, is in the cards, but anything 220, 230 plus on a halfway decent strike up there and have a wedge into this, I'd be pretty happy with. Hung back on it a little bit, kind of popped that up to the right, and I caught it heavy. We'll see what we get out of it. Go. Not swinging it the best. Kind of expected a little bit of hot and cold round here, going from, this is the first time I've gone back to the simulator since playing a couple days ago on course. Always when I go back and forth, it seems like I need ideally like 2 to 3 rounds one way or the other in a row to get used to alignment, playing off of grass, this, etc. So hopefully back 9 we start hitting things a little bit better, and then I do plan on playing my first subscriber requested course after this. So any of you down there, should have mentioned it at the beginning, but any of you guys have any course requests, I got a list going. Only one single course on there right now, but let me know if you have any requests for courses within GSPro. 81 yards left, 0.6 left, so we're just gonna aim 2 clicks right. Could have been 2 maybe on that approach wedge. I'm noticing we've got down slope here of 1.2. The other one may have been more, so maybe it, despite I hit it good, and maybe it came out lower too with less spin, so we got even more distance on it. But I'm gonna try again, play 70-75. Sucks too, those couple approach wedge shots were very well hit. Oh, and that one was chunky and I pulled it left. That might be bunker. How is that still that long? And it doesn't tell me what, usually it has what the last shot was. It doesn't have the power or the spin on that. I caught that heavy, and that was, I mean, the pulls and the draws, you get more distance out of it. Maybe that much of the little bit of a downslope is playing a huge factor, but that I caught heavy and I pulled it left. I did not think we were going to be that far long. I think we got a little bit of, my feel's not great, definitely more of that. Also possibly something going on maybe with a few of these approach wedge reads. All right, 13 yards, 1.9 right, so we're gonna aim here. The green's sloping that way too, so 13. Basically, I just gotta land it, not even 10, 5 to 7 yards on the front of that green, let it roll out. Going approach wedge. Gonna try to just land it somewhere down here towards the bottom of the mat. Let me know too. The first 3 videos, the reveal video, Georgia Golf Club in TPC or DPC, Louisiana, I had the camera over there. The Wynn Golf Club in Silverleaf, I had it basically where it is now. I think when I was editing one of those, the Wynn one, this looks like a better angle going forward. Let me know down below, but you guys can see, I know this side, it's angled a little bit, this way, so you see more of like this cart sign than that way, but you can see more of the almost the full net and where it hits on the net, etc. I think that's probably a better camera angle going forward. But 60 degree. No, that's way too much, and I pushed it right. Not that far right. I mean, I had everything lined up, and it seemed like the alignment was fine with the R10. I literally have it almost in the exact same spot. Obviously, I bring things in after when I'm done, but I have things in almost the same exact spot every single time. So that one I pushed it right. I didn't think it was going that far right. I don't know what's going on here, but that's unfortunate. So brings us to 4 over. Oh boy, 4th hole, par 3. I told you guys my even par, subpar rounds are probably somewhat in the past, at least for now, compared to Home Tee Hero with this, but it's the whole reason why I got it, to make my rounds back here more challenging, and it definitely is. So yeah, so that last one, it had 97% speed and 62% spin, hence that was probably similar to some of those approach shots too. Very low spin, which obviously is just gonna land and keep rolling. But all right, 184. So I'm gonna go 7-iron. If I strike it good, I'll get about 185 total, 180, 185. So if I land it anywhere between 170, 175, should be decent. All right, a little bit thin and heely, but I hit it halfway decent. That should get there. Go! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, that helps. That's a birdie. Let's go. 5th hole, par 4. That feels better. Still not the best strike in the world, but that was what we needed there. That was at least clean contact. Caught that. Cleaner off the mat. Again, a little bit thin, a little bit heely, but those combinations, we got it to work out. If I can just hit a decent drive here. It's unfortunate that I played with my uncle on last one I played on course, and he ended up buying the Sim 2. So he was hitting it really well. There's something with that club, I don't know. It's unfortunate that I got this Stealth 2 because I cracked the Sim 2. It's unfortunate I haven't really clicked with this thing, but I may be going backwards in technology and picking up a Sim 2 throughout this year if I keep struggling like I have been with this driver. Alright, that was headed right, but that was better contact. That was almost squared up. Still not quite, but that's what I'm talking about. 256 of carry, 271 total. That was better. Worth noting too, considering, I mean, I guess it goes back and forth. You have a big wide open par 5 in real life, you can kind of swing at things, but generally I feel like I dial things back just a tad on course. Unless I'm having a really good round, you can just kind of let them fly. Back here, no repercussions of losing balls or hitting into anyone or whatever. I feel like I can swing a little bit better, so should be able to see a little bit more distance on some of the well-struck ones back here. All right, good drive. Let's see if we can capitalize. 168. 0.3 left. Actually, we'll take that. I'll probably fade this a little bit too, so we'll leave it there. 168 up 7, so that brings us to 175. I'm gonna go, I mean, it's either a pretty firm, strong 8 or a softer 7. I'm gonna try the 8 and we'll see what happens. I've been playing this to about 160, 165, so need a little bit more than that, but we'll see if we get lucky with the bounce. Again, hopefully throughout the summer I can learn my carry distances a little bit better versus I just both here and on course play to my total distances. Thin, started left, should fade, we'll see. Go! Oh, Another like 2 yards on that, we would have got that there. That would have bounced up onto the green. All right, now we've got a little bit of a predicament. At least we're on an upslope, 6.6 up, 3.3 right. So we're gonna have to aim, which way is the green? The green's kind of flat. So we're gonna have to aim over this way. And I need to, we're in the sand, which is gonna be greenside bunker 25%. So 15, that's gonna be closer to 18-ish total, and I'm gonna have to land it. It seems like I need to, especially out of these bunkers, hit it a little bit harder than what it feels like. So trying to land it about 10, maybe even 12, I don't know. But there's been a couple times over the past few rounds I've hit it to kind of the feel and distance I think I would want, and it comes up a little bit short. Sometimes we've caught the lip. So let's see what we can do. Gonna have to put a little bit extra on it to get it up and out, and then we have the issue of trying to get it to spin and actually stop. Hit it good. Yeah. I mean, that's about as much I can ask for out of that. That was exactly what I wanted to do. I guess I could have taken a little bit extra off of that, but we got up and out, and it just didn't have enough to spin and stop. But 6th hole, par 3, 249. Tell you what, I'm getting sick and tired of having the sniffles out here because it's cold and having to bundle up so much. If I'm out here in shorts and a t-shirt, I can swing much more free. We're well into spring. I think I mentioned it last time. Got spoiled with those few days. We had like 2 weeks where the temperatures were, some got up into the 70s, and then we had a stretch of 60-degree days. But hopefully, it looks like going forward, maybe another week or two, we'll be consistently in the low to mid 60s, and then up from there. And then, obviously, you guys know me, I'll probably be complaining out here when it's 80, 90 degrees, wishing it was like this. But, all right, 249, par 3, down 9. So we're looking at 240 total, which should be, gonna aim a little bit left. Actually, what is reset? Sorry, I'm gonna have to look up this shortcut. A is reset aim. And someone mentioned, my apologies, I forget your name. They said B, which I'm not seeing on here. B was to like hide the trees. He or she said, when you're in the trees and it gets like cut off, you can press B and it kind of like minimizes them so you can see what you're going through. So we're gonna reset the aim. We're gonna leave it there just because there's those trees overhanging on the left. And I'm gonna go 4 hybrid. And halfway decent strike, we get it there. So throughout the summer, I'm gonna have to memorize the shortcuts. Oh, left foot slipped a little bit. It's gonna be towards the right. We'll see. Usually it doesn't happen on that mat. Left foot slipped a little bit coming through. Not my best. Caught it a little bit heavy too. All right. Let's see if we can get this inside the inner circle here. 1.8 degrees up, 1.3 left. Aim a little bit right. 31 total. So I'm gonna go 56. Try to play this right around 25. I could possibly hit the 60 and play like a 20-yard shot and see if it rolls out, but I think 25 might be better. I'm gonna try to hit this kind of easy. Better to be a little bit short and on the green than long and zoom it past. Pushed it a tad right. We'll see. All right, take that. Sticking at 4 over, 7th hole, par 5. Let's hit this flyover. Gonna grab another drink. Again, my apologies, but checking the camera. And it looks like we're still going. Luckily, that other round, it was like I said, I think like the 15th or 16th hole. So you saw the entire front nine. I'll probably end up redoing that Win golf club just because those course designers did such a good job. It was awesome. They actually, I noticed there was like video screens going and everything. I'll probably end up redoing that round when everything does work correctly, just to get the full 18 on camera. All right, 7th hole par 5, 542, down 13. I'm assuming the down, so like 12.6, and it says 13 up there. I'm assuming, you guys can let me know if you're GSPro people, I'm assuming that's the slope for the entire hole, not just the tee shot. I don't know if there's more slope towards the tee or towards the green, but just little kind of nuanced things like that. I don't quite know just yet. I had playing 2 years of Home Tee Hero, had a pretty good idea of what things we're gonna do and what I needed to do. All right, let's see if we can square one up like we did that other one. Straight, it's gonna fade, at least it should, but that was low on the face. Not even gonna make it to the fairway. We just did. Well, I've hit worse. 278 left. What do we have up here? We got water all along the right. It's pretty narrow too, so I'm definitely going to favor this left side and bail out over there with the 4 hybrid. Tends to fade anyways, so don't anticipating it fading that much to put us into the fairway, but I'd much rather be in the rough over there and dry. A little bit heavy on the mat. It was straight though. Maybe 220-ish. 214, rolled out a good amount, 233, 234. That was hit a little bit square, but still just a tad heavy on the mat. Go figure too, like I mentioned at the beginning, I was catching things thin, almost afraid to hit down into it on course to take a divot. Now I'm catching things heavy. All right, put ourselves in a decent shot or decent spot here. 3rd shot into a par 5. We got 57 total, no slope, down 1 inch, I think. 1.3 right, so I'm gonna aim a little bit left, and we're on a down slope. So I'm gonna take off even more. So I'm gonna try to hit this. I'm gonna go 56, and we'll see what happens. Considering I've been hitting that approach wedge long on everything, I'm gonna try to hit this 40. Considering we're on the downslope, 45 maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Could end up in the bunker here. This may be a bad play, but that downslope, I think, is affecting things. All right, better club selection. And even that, I didn't feel like I swung very hard at that. I'm surprised that went that long. It's got to be that downslope, I guess. We'll take it. 8th hole, par 4. I think that rolled out to 60. Definitely didn't feel like a 60-yard shot there, but like I said, first couple videos, it's a learning process. We're both learning here together on the fly. It's not like I'm out here playing multiple rounds to get things figured out in between. What you guys are seeing is pretty much what I'm doing. So, 8th hole, par 4, 3-4-3. Guess we'll keep it there. Had a 2-way miss going, so I don't know why I keep throwing this tee over here. I think just almost OCD wise, I try to get it out of the shot, keep things as clean as possible, but I should just leave it over here so I don't have to keep walking that way. I'm trying to look for it in between shots. high toe, gonna be up the right. At least it's not low and spinny off the face though. All right, just creeped into the rough, 260 out of it. So, a little bit of a downslope, 3.8 degrees right. We're gonna have to aim. Again, if you guys are GSPro experienced users, if you have a general rule of thumb of like 1 or 2 clicks per degree or something like that. So like I'm wondering, we're basically at 4 degrees right, how far I actually need to aim this left. And we're kind of short-sighted, as much as a 80-yard shot can be short-sighted, but we'll keep it there. And I need to land this about 65, I think. So I'm gonna go approach wedge. We're down almost 3 yards, so 75, yeah. I mean 60, 65. I'm gonna go approach wedge and see. Considering I've been hitting everything long, I'm just gonna, in my head, play this to a 50-yard field shot, and we'll see what happens. This one is only, actually, ooh, good thing I looked. We are in the rough, so that's gonna be 6%, which 10% would be 8, so call it 5, 6 yards maybe. So I need like 70. I pulled it again. Hopefully that's not too much, and it is. It was closer, but must be maybe GSPro 2. It is more realistic with the curvature and stuff. Maybe I'm getting way more distance than I'm anticipating on those slight pulls. All right, still 4 over. Not the worst. Looks to be a pretty big dogleg left here. Almost debated stopping and restarting the camera at 9, but should be all right. Likely going to be a little bit on the longer side again, but I've been checking the camera and stuff, so I promise I'll get back down to an hour or under on the average 18-hole round as I really get a hang of this software. 9th hole par 4, 508. We'll leave it there, I guess. I think moral of the story with my whole driver dilemma, if you guys have a driver that you love and you really click with and you feel tons of confidence, do not get rid of it. I don't really have a choice with my other one, but nothing like having confidence on standing on the tee and just know you're pretty automatic. All right, lower on the face, it's gonna turn over left. Hopefully it stays in the fairway. It was hit halfway decent, just still not quite squaring it up. Not bad, 256. Straight enough, we're in play. All right, 246 left, up 4. We're on an upslope. Should launch a bit higher. We'll go a little bit left, and we'll see if I can hit a good 4 hybrid here. Gotta re-grip this thing. One good thing about wearing 2 gloves is the grip doesn't really matter that much, but this thing has seen better days. Started left, hit it pretty good though. Seems like it's fading a lot. I didn't have it fading that much, but all right. Whoa. Talk about ball physics. That was a pretty crazy, almost backspin in the bunker. That thing jumped backwards. All right. Unfortunate break on a halfway decent strike. 36 left out of the bunker. So it's going to play 25% on top of that, which 10% is going to be, we'll call it 4. So 8, maybe 10 yards. So 46 total, up another 2, so 48 total. It's going to come out a little bit left. Aim right there. 46. I'm going to go 56 degree and try to play about a 35-yard feel shot. For whatever reason, making good, at least decent contact with the wedges, and they're flying a little bit more than I would anticipate, but see if I can get this right. I don't know if I put enough on it. Wow. I don't get that. It doesn't feel like the irons, it seems like I have it set to 3,000. It seems like the irons or my wedges are flying too far, and it seems like some of the iron shots and those hybrid shots are coming up short, or shorter than I would anticipate based on strike. Don't know. All right, 1.5 degrees up. It's gonna come out a little bit right, aim about there, 7 yards. Your guess is as good as mine with this one. It's gonna be a 60 degree, but how hard I need to hit this, I don't know. I don't even think, 7 yards, I gotta land it like 2. So I gotta land this before the net. Even that, a little bit much. Inside the inner circle though. Bogey. Tough way to finish the front. Onto the back nine we go. 10th hole, par 5, 586. Looks like to be another slight dog leg left. Kind of perplexed. We'll see if that remains the case. Maybe it's a course by course thing. We'll see on the next round I plan on playing after this if that's still the case. Maybe I'm just hitting my wedges square and they're flying more than I thought, but I don't know. A little bit confusing on some of those longer wedge shots. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna go back to playing kind of down the middle, considering fading them, I'm hooking them. I guess for the sake of it, we'll look at it. It shouldn't have changed, but let's look at the settings. You guys will see it at the end anyways, but Friday pins, 10 stimp, auto putt, global elevation still 3,000. So I don't know. Fairway and the greens are both normal. I don't know what the deal is. We have the wind off. I don't know. Don't know. Didn't think I accidentally clicked anything, and I double checked those things before I start the round. Lowing up the left, I might catch the trees, but we got a no read. That usually doesn't happen with driver. If anything, it's just short wedge shots. Maybe the R10's having a bad day today. That was about the same as the first one. That might be trees. Oh, we got it over. Bounce right. Oh boy. Well, gonna have to hit a good 4 hybrid out of here. We're in the pine straw, which I believe, if I remember correctly, is the same as the rough, which is gonna be 6%. So 1.8 left, that should be fine. This thing will fade. Should be fine there. Luckily, we're not in super tree trouble, so I don't think I really need to hit like a lower kind of sawed-off hybrid. I think this tree that we're here, it should get, this thing usually launches kind of low. Should be able to get underneath it if I put a decent shot on it without having to kind of manipulate the flight. All right, a tad thin, but that was hit pretty good. That should be in the neighborhood of 230, 240, and there we go. 238, that was also the 6% out of there, I believe. Yeah, 6%. 81% spin out of the pine straw, so that's probably why it got a little bit more of a rollout because of the lower spin, but that's right in the ballpark of what I would expect out of that. So, good shot, good read, good distance. That's promising. Now let's see if we can figure out these stupid wedges. 93 left, down 3, so that's a yard. So we got 92.5 total. Kind of in the front pin placement. 1.7 left, 1.6 down. Alright, so it's gonna spin less, so I'm gonna have to take off even more. And I'm gonna aim a little bit right. So 90, 92. I mean, it's still gonna be an approach wedge. And I guess I'm gonna go with like a 75-yard field shot. We'll see. Pulled that a little left too, we'll see. All right, that was better. I was gonna say I didn't hit that very hard, so if that was long, I was gonna really question things, but that was better. Take that. 11th hole, par 4, 470. Let's hit the flyover. Another dog leg left. At least luckily I'm kind of not on purpose turning things over today. This would be a trouble type of course if I was really, really stuck in a fade type swing. Alright, where does it want us to go? About there, down the middle. Sounds good to me if I can do it. It's gonna be up the right, but actually came back a little bit. It at least started right. You guys should be able to see that. When I've called those out in the past, you guys should be able to see that. It kind of hit over here on the net. Kind of surprised. I thought that was gonna start right and stay right. Ended up kind of up the left. But it is a dogleg left, so 207 left, up 6. So we got 213. Haven't been striking irons great, so I'm gonna go 5 iron. If I hit it good, it's gonna be too much, but 6 iron, I could probably get it to the front with 6, but let's just put a good smooth swing on this 5 and see what happens. 6 I've been playing to about 200, 205 if I hit it good. This 5 iron should be closer to the neighborhood of 210, 215, 220 on a ideal pure strike, which probably won't happen, but see if we can get 210, 215 out of this. Nope. Toey started left. It's actually straightening out more than it should. That should have, oh wow. Well, based on how bad I just hit that, that's kind of deserved that kick. That one should have. That was a low left type of swing. Granted, I think we were on a little bit of an upslope, but that one realistically should have been shorter and even more left. 37, we're on an upslope, 3.9 right. We're in the rough, which is going to be 6%, so call it 2 yards, up 2 yards. So much mental math I have to do with these. So we're at 39 plus another 2, 41. Aim this way. I'm gonna go 56 and play it about 30, 35. A little bit thin. All right, that one makes a little bit more sense. I did catch that a fraction thin. and it was only 68% spin out of that. That rough, although it's only 6% reduction, that kills so much spin. That's probably where the extra distance is coming on these wedge shots. I mean, 68% spin, that's almost half, obviously like 2/3, but that's a decent amount of spin. And also considering like a 56 degree, what did Garmin have on the spin on that? 3,000. I don't know if that total spin is after, like if that 3,569 is with the 68% spin, or if that like before or after that, but that's lower than what you would get normally too out of a 56, considering I'm not using metallic dots or anything. But anyways, 6 yards. I mean, I barely need to hit this. Going 60. I mean, I landed it like here. I didn't even get it to the net, and that was still a little bit on the long side. We're inside the inner circle, which is good, but only 58% spin on that. I don't know what the deal is with these spin reductions. That's definitely got to be part of it. All right. Driver and wedges are not great clubs to be losing confidence with. I don't know why. I mean, off these tees, I should just leave it. We're down 10 yards at least. I'm aiming down the middle, so I don't know why the other rounds I was aiming up the left. I don't even have to press that J key, but come on, let's score one up. It's gonna fade, at least it should. It's not horrendous, it's just still, that was a little bit low toe-ish. Luckily we have the downslope. 270. Probably a little bit generous based on how I hit that, but 171 left. 1 degree right. Maybe a little bit left. Should be decent, I think. So 171 up 2 yards. We got 173. I'm gonna go 8 iron. Again, usually my 160, 165-ish. I have on occasion got it up into the 170s, but that was when it was warmer out and my swing was feeling better than it is now. So we'll see. If I can hit this 160, 165, should put us front side of the green and roll out, I think. Chunky, started left, go. Well, got it to work. Stay there. No, stay there. Wow. And we're gonna have to chip it. I wonder if that shot, this mat does tend to grab. It is a pretty thick mat. You can put tees directly into it, the country club. I wonder if how that felt, just a tad heavy, if that's actually like more of a pure strike on real grass, considering I was hitting them thin. And I wonder if the ones that feel super pure here are actually on the thin side on real grass. So I mean, that one, based on how that felt, it felt a little bit heavy, but I did catch a little bit of the artificial turf. I don't know if that makes sense what I was saying, but that could have actually been more of what I was trying to do on course. Any event, 9 yards. sloping pretty hard from left to right. So we're gonna have to go over here and just get this thing started. Hit it left too, that might be too much. Stay. Alright. Par, we'll take it. On to the 13th, par 3, 205. Gonna have to take a look at the slope, but I'm thinking 6 iron. Front left pin location. Can't imagine what the Sunday pins would be like here. Alright, it's up a foot, so let's see. Granted, if I actually hit this, my 205 or even 200, it's going to be backside of the green, but I'll take that. More than likely, I won't catch it great, so we'll see. Just a tad chunky again, but it was a halfway decent swing. Well, another bunker shot. 16 yards, up 7, so 2, so we're at 18 plus the 25%, so like 4 or 5 yards. I mean, it's going to be a 60. Aim a little bit left. I'm going to try to hit a 15-yard field shot. Don't get me wrong, definitely cool, all these different factors you gotta deal with the dynamic lies and how everything comes out. It would be nice if there was an option, like a shortcut, just to tell you, similar to like kind of Home to Hero, just simplify things a little bit and take all the different slopes, the reductions, everything into account and just give you a simplified number that you need to hit. I think for the average Joe, average weekend warrior, this is probably a little bit too much on the sophisticated side, trying to figure out exactly what you need. I would assume there's a lot of players that have GSPro that probably just say 16, all right, I'm gonna hit it 16. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. It would be like something that you would have turned off for like tournament rounds or like the SGT rounds, but something that you could just like hit a shortcut key and tell you exactly what you need total for this shot. Any event, 60 degree. That's tough. That should have been, that was right, that was exactly what I wanted. Again though, I guess I just got a stupid waste of a stroke. I gotta put a lot more on these out of the bunker and launch them higher. That should have been like a Home to Hero round or even on the range, that would have been right around 15. Alright, well, take 2. Let's open this up. Alright, if that doesn't get out, I don't know what to do. Double? Yikes. Definitely got to take note of that. Play more of those flop shots out of those bunkers, especially ones with steep lips. I had to open that up a lot. Pulled it a little, or pushed it a little bit right, but that hit way up on the net. I got to start thinking more along the lines of 15 yards of carry, not 15 total. Helicopter's back. All right. 14th hole, par 4, 349, down 5, water left. This one I'm actually going to aim over here. Got to put an air tag or something on this tee. Every single tee shot I'm looking around to see where it is. Hit harder. Still not the best contact in the world, but take that. That will do, pig. Shout out Graham. All right, wedge shot, 83, a little bit of a downslope. Aim 2 clicks left, down 3, so it's down a yard, so we get 82 total. Going approach wedge, and gonna try to play this as a 70-ish, 70-75 yard shot, feel. Should be decent. Sit. All right, I'll take that. Par. Realistically, should have been inside the inner circle from that distance, but at least we're getting a little bit closer here and dialing in some of those wedge distances. That still must have been lower spin on that. All right, 4 holes left, 15th hole par 5, 5-8-5. 7 over. I may need to start moving up on some of these tees instead of playing my regular furthest back. Started up the right, decent contact again. Didn't hit it quite as hard as the last one, but should be pretty similar. I'm not sure about the slope. Looked like it hung in the air more. It could be decent. At least we're down the middle. Better launch on those last two. 273. All right, 250 there. Can we go? We'll have to go a little bit, bail out a little bit more to the right. Gonna go 4 hybrid. Can't get anything there anyways, but want to take the best line we can. Opened up my stance and the club face on those last couple drives. Seemed to help. Caught the bat first again. .102, and we're in the rough. So up 2 yards or up 6 yards. I may have messed up some of those too. Maybe I was thinking those were feet. I probably misspoke on a couple of those. It's up 6 yards, not 6 feet. All right, so that brings us up to like 109 plus the 6%, so call it 7. So like 115-ish. It's gonna come out right. So I think around 100 type of shot should get it done. Considering we're gonna lose spin. It is on a little bit of an upslope, so it should launch a little bit higher, come down a little bit softer. Hold that again too. That might be too much. It's probably closer to 115. Wow, that comes up short. Go figure. 77% spin. That must have been the factor in that one, but I mean, I'll take that. Again, not very reassuring when you hit it and you have no idea what's going to happen, especially scoring type clubs. I was watching Ken Smoke. He does TGC and he has a green screen, which is really cool, but one of his videos he was mentioning he calls his short game a roller coaster, which feels like I'm on that roller coaster right now with my wedges. 16th hole, par 4, 518. Definitely right. Hit it halfway decent though. 12 yards of downslope definitely helped on that. Go. 146 allegedly on that ball speed. All right, 226 left. We're in the fairway. Down 6. We got 220 total. Oh boy, what am I gonna hit here? It's gonna come out left, which is fine, and these longer irons tend to fade on top of that, so I'm gonna aim even more left. We cannot be long, so 220 total. That takes the 4 iron out, that takes the 4 hybrid out. I guess I can go 5 iron. I'm probably not gonna catch it clean, so 6 iron is ambitious the way I'm hitting it right now. I think I only need to land this. I mean, the pin's in the back. I just need to land it kind of on the green, which is probably closer to like 205-ish. Anywhere from 200 to 215 probably. I don't know. Let's go 5 iron, see what happens. Oh, that could be trouble. We'll see. That was very thin and left. Got it to work though. That's lucky. I hit it hard, but that came out really low and left. That was kind of what I was doing on course the other day. Catching everything low in the face like that thin. Well, that's one way to play that hole. 2 holes left, 17th hole, par 3, 206. Up 6, I think it said. Look at the graphics on that. Look at that water. Ideally, I'll get to the point where I can actually turn the wind on too. That will add even a whole nother wrench into things. All right. See if we can do that again. Down 6. So 200 on the dot total. Pins in the front. I'm gonna go 6 iron. If I'm long, so be it. I don't know if that will happen, but I need to get over this water. Probably almost hit a 5 iron. This will be a fun hole to watch the pros hit. This is a daunting tee shot. Oh, that was even thinner than the last one. Go. Go. That's wet. Yikes. And that's probably going to bring us way back, too. Stupid. Stupid, bad swing, stupid. 105. We're in the rough. We might put another one in the water here if I don't get this calculation right. 105 up 2.2 feet. We'll call that a yard. So we got 106. 6% is going to be another 7. 213. Well, and we're on a downslope. Jeez. Well, I'm just going to hit an approach wedge and say my prayers. Looking for around a hundo. Actually, probably even more. I'm going to hit this relatively hard. If I hit this full and taking the whole full club, it's about 125 if I hit it good. I'd rather be 110, 115 on the green and dry. So I'm going to hit this about 75%. Pulled that a little left too, it was off the toe, but that'll do. Fortunately, put one in the water first, but made up for it a little bit. All right, 10 over, 18th and final hole, par 4, 486. Just hit the final fly over here. As my description and bio and whatnot says, trying to go from hack to scratch. Just both here and on course, relatable golf. So 10 over, definitely nothing to write home about. Don't feel like I'm playing very good right now, but challenging courses. Sorry, the mouse was kind of in the middle. Sorry about that. All right, 486. Let's hit a good drive. Looks like trouble over there on the left. Low in the face, it's going to be up the right, but I was hit decent again. Or by decent, I mean relatively hard-ish. All right, take that. We're in play. 223 left, up 5. Trouble surrounding this green, it looks like. I don't know if that's water. It looks like a little creek, maybe. This will probably fade, so we're going to go there. And, it's either a well-struck 4-iron, or possibly hit the 4 hybrid. We'll go 4-iron. It's not like we're protecting a good score now anyways, so. Let's see. If I can hit a flush 4-iron to finish this, it'll feel pretty good. Probably won't happen, but never know. I'm trying to play these longer irons a bit more up in my stance. Caught it heavy, that's going to be short, but I took a healthy hack at it. Go, go, go. All right, not exactly flush, but we made it. Take a look at the scorecard and these stats. So, from Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, North Carolina, home of the Wells Fargo Championship going on right now from May 9th to May 12th. We, back here in the simulator on the Garmin R10, ended up with a 10 over 82. So 2 birdies on the scorecard on number 4 and number 10. 41 on the front, 41 on the back. So at least we're consistently not so great here today. Third hole, that's tough with a triple there. Double on 13 and a double on 17. Take a look at these stats. You guys can see all the settings down here below. We kind of went into those a little bit on the when I was checking the elevation, but we'll look at these stats. 8 pars, 2 birdies, 5 bogeys, 2 doubles, 1 double plus. Longest drive 278, I'll take that. Average drive 264. Ball speeds, again, as I've said, average and best I think are a little bit on the low side, but it is what it is. 31 putts, no sand saves, no mulligans, over an hour, again on the longer side. I'll shorten things up here going forward. 7 out of 18 greens in regulation, 39%. Want to be at least 50, that's not great. However, fairways, didn't hit some drivers great, hit a few decent ones, but 71%, 10 out of 18, will take that. Handicap, I guess, for this course is 3.9. I'm still unsure about these, but the way that I understand it is 3.9 would be my handicap for this course, and then on average, out of the rounds I played, I'm a 2.6 according to GSPro. But that's what I have. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Gonna reset things here again and play my first subscriber requested course. Again, if you guys are new to GSPro, or if you have GSPro, if you want to see me play a course, just look up, if you Google SGT, for short for Simulator Golf Tour, SGT courses. There's a website and it'll show you all the different courses. I think they keep adding them. It seems like daily, definitely weekly. When I came out here, I think there was 917 courses to pick from. So plenty to pick from. If you guys have any course or any requests that you'd like to see me play, let me know down in the comments. Again, I have a list going. I'm gonna reset things here and play one. But long enough for this video. Hopefully everything recorded correctly. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the next course.